What's up, guys? First, raise your hands if you love egusi soup because I love egusi soup, especially the ones that are well prepared with so many obstructions in it. Egusi soup is super easy to make, especially if you get the recipe right. And this recipe is everything. Take this to the bank. I said what I said. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tolani, and I am Diary of a Kitchen Lover. And I think to myself, let's get straight to the point. These are the ingredients you'll be needing for your egusi soup. Some grinded egusi seeds. You'll be needing some stockfish, which is already soaked and seasoned. You'll also be needing some prawns or shrimps, which is very optional. Some chicken or beef stock. You'll be needing chicken or whatever protein you want to use. I'm using chicken for the sake of this video. Pepper mixture, which contains bell peppers, scotch bonnet, a little tomatoes and onions. Then dried prawns, very important, ugu or any vegetable of your choice, some chopped onions, some crayfish powder, crayfish seasoning, and locust beans, and of course palm oil. So let's get straight to the business now. First, you're going to heat up your palm oil. Then once the palm oil starts to heat up halfway, you can now saute your onions. This method is pretty straightforward. You don't need to crack your head on what to do next and all of that. It's very straightforward. I am sure if you follow this recipe just the way I am doing it, you get a very excellent result. So the onions is just going to heat up a little bit, and then now you add your crayfish powder and allow it to fry along with the onions. Just give it a good stir and make sure that you're cooking on low heat. Then add your dry prawns now. These are just to release flavor into the oil. Cooking sometimes might be the same thing, or the food might be the same thing, but the technique and the process is what makes your cooking different. So if your technique is really good, you will have a very good end result. So you're going to now fry your pepper mixture now. So just give this a good stir. You're going to season this afterwards. So after this, all I did was added the stockfish. I've drained off the liquid. I soaked it in salt and a little seasoning so as to like soften it a bit. So I'm going to be adding my cubes now. Please make sure you don't add too much. Remember that we still have chicken or beef stock that we haven't used yet. So just give this a good stir and you cover it and allow it to fry until the oil starts to separate from the pepper itself. So while this is cooking, let's prepare our egusi. So get your chicken stock and add a little of it into your egusi. Very little quantity, and you're just going to mix this until you get a very fine consistency, fine and thick consistency. Make sure that it is not too watery. I think mine was a little bit watery, but I was able to revive it after a while. So you're just going to mix this together. This is one of the easiest egusi recipes. You don't have to do so much, and it's like a one in all process. Just move on. So once you're done with this and check up on your sauce, you see that the sauce is starting to fry well, and this looks really good already. You can even eat this alone without the egusi, but you need this to prepare your egusi soup. So you're just going to be dropping the egusi bit by bit in lumps inside the pepper mixture. Like I said earlier, this is one of like the easiest egusi recipes out here, and it's really straightforward, pretty straightforward, and you don't need to break the bank. So you're just going to keep dropping this until you've exhausted everything, and once you are done with this, just carefully start to stir it all together. So you are going to stir it all together until the egusi starts to form a little lump or starts to dissolve and all of that, depending on your preference. Me, I am matching my own because I wanted it to dissolve and all that. So like I said, this is one of the easiest egusi recipes out there, egusi soup recipes. So you're just going to keep, I did this for like 5 minutes until I was able to get like a good quantity of grains from my egusi. So now what you need to do next is to add some more chicken stock. Remember that I asked you not to, or I asked us not to add too much cubes so that it doesn't get too salty and all of that. So you're going to add some more chicken stock, add them in bits so that you don't cloud it with too much liquid. But a lot of people have their own preference for their egusi soup. Some people like the egusi soup watery and all of that, but I like my egusi soup, if it's not egusi ijebu, I like my egusi soup really thick and chunky. So now I'm adding my fresh shrimps now, because it is fresh and you don't want it to overcook. So you're just going to give this a good stir and allow it to continue to cook. So now add your protein. Some people add fish, other types of fish, meat, anything, but for me, I like chicken in my egusi soup, especially the ones that they kill just now. Those fresh chicken, not the ones that they import. It is always very good and very flavorful. So you're just going to mix this together. Now add some more chicken stock, give it a good stir. Now you're going to give it a good stir. Make sure you taste it to be sure that everything sets, everything day well. Then cover it up and allow this to cook for like 5 minutes. Some people, after this process, they don't add vegetables. There are sometimes I don't feel like adding vegetables to my egusi soup, so I just serve it just like this, or sometimes I just want to add. So this time around I really felt like adding some ugu leaves, so I got some ugu leaves and I'm adding it to it. But I don't really like it clouding the egusi. I still want to see some lumps of egusi, so I'm not going to be adding too much ugu leaves to mine. Some people use other types of vegetable like efo shoko, efo tete, bitter leaf and all of that, so it depends on your preference. I'm not really a fan of ugu leaves, but it is really good for egusi soup, so I added it for the sake of this video. Normally I wouldn't have added vegetables to my egusi soup, or sometimes I'll just use efo shoko or efo tete, you understand? So this is what it looks like. I'm going to add a little bit water or more water, or some cubes of stock cubes, meat stock, and just allow it to cook. But if you want it more watery than this, you can just add your own water. It depends on your preference. Like I earlier mentioned, my own preference is thick consistency, and it is always good for me. I love it so much. So this is what you have, guys. Tell me it is not easy. Just tell me it is not easy. Egusi soup is very easy to prepare, especially if you have the right ingredients and the right recipes. Trust me. And good thing again is egusi soup is not, apart from the egusi soup, egusi seeds and all that, every other thing can add and take out and everything. So you can see how yummy this looks, and trust me, it tasted really yummy. So guys, I heard that eba goes best with egusi soup. What do you guys think? Is it eba or pounded yam? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I love you guys so much. If you haven't already subscribed, this is more reason why you should subscribe to my YouTube channel. I drop 2 videos every week and I hope to do more. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe and share. Bye.